Thank you for joining me today for counting down the top 10 forests in video games. No, we're not talking about the color forest green. We're talking, and it's not just pine forest, but look at the forest back there. There's pine trees. Sure, a lot of pine forests are forest, but there's not just pine forest. It's a good one from Samurai Showdown. Also good, also good anime Samurai Showdown. Also a good anime looking game, Murasama's The Demon's Blade for the Nintendo Wii. And it's this one, this forest, this whole game has a lot of forests. You might remember it has some of the best sakura blossoms, cherry blossoms. It also has monkeys, and it also has ferns in the foreground and in the background. That's a mark of a good forest. Ferns is a mark of a good forest growth. Healthy forests have ferns. This is a fern in the 100-acre woods. Woods is forest. If you call a wood a forest, that's the same thing. Woods is the forest. But it's not even the Kingdom Hearts one, actually. It's from this one right here. The forest is very quiet here. It's this forest where Christopher and Robin love to hang out. If you climb top of the trees, if you press 1, if you press 2, you can ask something. Like, is it lunchtime yet? No, I don't want to record outside. I don't want to record this outside anymore. I don't want to do this in the forest because there's scary crows and I think I heard a bear. I swear I think I heard a bear. This is a forest. This Master Sword is hidden deep inside the Korok Forest, and everybody remembers all the trees that are in the forest have different cool things about them. Sometimes there's items hiding inside the trees inside the Korok Forest. Sometimes you have to walk through swamps in that forest. Oh, because what if the bear comes? This next one is from Alex Kidd in that miracle world that he does go into. Is a forest that he runs and kicks around in Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle, where you push the start button for Sega in 1989. And you play this game, there's a bunch of different levels. The forest level has trees, of course, but then there's also this level with the moles that does have trees, and they even remade. There's even more newer forests, but they're not better than the old ones. This next one is one that is better than the old ones. It's Onimusha 2, or just 1 for the PlayStation 1, or for the PlayStation 2. Onimusha 2, or just Onimusha 1 for the PlayStation 2. You see those forests right there? And also you can wear the panda bear outfits. And speaking of panda bears, and speaking of big scary grizzly bears, because I'm pretty sure I just heard a freaking big scary grizzly bear. I'm not. And that's right. Speaking of Kung Fu Panda in the Kung Fu Panda forest, where Kung Fu Panda lives, and that's where he is inside. In the Kung Fu Panda doesn't live in this forest. It's the forest from Final Fantasy X. You obtain high potions and fight Ochus, whatever. They're big plant thingies with vines, and they whip you and spit poisons at you. And they cause a lot of different status effects on you. And so you need to use Esuna from Yuna, and different items if you can use them. Remedies is very helpful in this forest. It's a small little jungle forest, and it's not just jungles. We're not talking about it wasn't really that jungly. There's more jungly forests. This is just normal forests. And this is the top #1 forest because it's from Shining Forest for the Sega Genesis 2. No, I want to get out of the woods right now. Getting out of the woods right now. We're not recording in here anymore. I'm getting out of here. We're not recording in the woods anymore because there's bears and crows. Okay, yeah, no, I was wrong. This is #1. It's from Paper Mario. It's the spooky haunted forest, Forever Forest, in the forest map to get to Boo's mansion in Paper Mario. And spooky forests are different from normal forests, but they still are good forests. And this is the best forest in video games. It's from the Paper Mario game, and there's different badges you can get in there. And thank you for joining me.